What's going on, Bruce?
Victory is going on, brother man. Victory.
Draymond had a good game tonight, man. Old Draymond's
Oh my
18,
God. Not
18,
scared.
8, 5, 28 minutes. I
Looking
love
at the
it.
rim. Shooting the
Yeah,
three.
bro.
Took the Jansport off.
3 of 4 from three, 5 of 7 at the line, being aggressive. That's what we need from him, man.
Did you see when JP was being aggressive with him in the first half? He kind of just
Yeah.
let that go. I said, look
hmm
at Draymond being the bigger person.
Man. Oh, shit.
Yeah, you
That's
check you
fun
check
stuff.
you checked on your Lakers. I know them boys is done for the night. Detroit mollywop them boys. At least last time I checked, Detroit was mollywopping them.
You know they're going to let them back in the game, right? So, I mean, it just depends on how you look at it. But where they're at right now. They're down 7 actually. They're down 7. So, yeah, but tonight, man, I mean, really it was a weird game, bro. Um Buddy scored 20 again. Buddy Hield, $8 million,
Off the bench.
20
Off,
points again
off,
off the
off.
bench.
Oh my God.
I love I love it, man. Shout out Bahamas. Shout out Newport.
Shout out to the Nassau King Man, you know.
King Man, you know.
King Man.
Yeah, bro. So it was
Oh
a good game
man.
tonight, man. Good game. Solid win. Um, really solid win tonight.
Yo, Herb.
Uh, yes, sir.
Yo, I'm kind of glad that they kind of held out Wiggins, even though it was kind of closer. But I'm glad they held out Wiggins so he can get his rest for
Yeah,
Wednesday.
man. I
For
mean, he
Wednesday,
he didn't look right. You know what I'm
he
saying?
did. Yeah, he looked
So
good. He looked good. His
yeah.
shot wasn't.
So
His shot wasn't there, but I expected to start falling. I don't worry about that.
yeah, yeah. A few of them shots rimmed out. He just didn't shoot the ball well tonight.
Yeah,
But uh, they just went with the guys that were hot, I guess. But it looked like he had something on his leg. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I seen that
Like
too.
it looked like his leg was wrapped up. So
He could have like maybe I'm not gonna say he pulled something, but it could have been bothering him,
yeah,
or something. Just got arrested. But um,
bro. The team is to where when if if he's out, bro, you might as if anyone is slightly hurt, just go with the guy that's not hurt. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Let's not risk anything and just have anything linger over the course of the season. That's what I say. So just have it not linger and we just do the thing, man. I think we'll be fine. We'll definitely be fine. We're looking at the Lakers are down 6 right now. So you know what time we're on. Yeah, but Sebastian, what's going on, man?
OG, blessings, brother. All the speakers, man. Bruce, good to see you, man. Just a Wizards fan who told you a year ago we wouldn't be doing anything, and nothing's really changed. Don't look at it as the score like that, or I know trolls will tell you, "Oh, you struggle with the Wizards." They've established themselves as the sixth worst team in the NBA. They're not
Yeah.
the Pistons. They're not the Raptors. And the thing is, man, we see the Warriors. That's who we want to be, but nobody's gonna feel sorry for us. I like the growth. I mean, Keyshawn George. This kid, he has so much talent. It's just above the head, as they say, and
Yeah.
he caught fire. But you look at Bilal, you look at Sar, you look at Bob Carrington. We're 2 years away, man. So,
You
uh,
know, yo,
yeah.
he shot 17 threes tonight.
It
He
was
getting it up, man.
crazy. It's a green light. It's a complete green
Yeah.
light. We're trying to develop. We're not interested in wins. The young fella from Duke
Yeah.
looked pretty good tonight. So, man, I just wanted to ask you, what do you guys think about, like, kind of what you just said? Like, I guess sticking with guys who are completely healthy because I just didn't think Steph and I'm not gonna say Draymond, but Draymond with the 12 points that was huge. But I don't
Mm.
think Steph was 100%, and you didn't need him to be. But What do you think about like Kerr's
Draymond
rotation?
with the 18 points, my guy. I had to correct you
You
there,
know,
but you
What'd you
cooking.
what's
say, brother?
interesting? What's interesting tonight is that I don't think Kaminga or Wiggins was in any of those closing lineups. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be honest with you. If we're going to do anything, those guys need to play and they need to play well, both of them. You know what I'm saying? So this is a night where I would have loved to just taken care of things a little bit earlier, but I ain't going to complain too much. I like I like what they're doing. I like how the team looks defensively in the first half. They were stifling. In the second half, I think they kind of, let a few things get away. And, that is what it is. But I mean,
I will say
as
I agree with you. I just don't want to see them make that a habit because with the good teams that
yeah,
you know that
I
that
also think
lead.
you're. I also think, unfortunately, you're overlooking us, man. You're looking for that Celtics game. You probably didn't expect
yeah,
us
Yeah, I
to play
think
that
so.
well. What were your thoughts? I mean, you guys. I know Urkel in terms of spaces, and I know he doesn't. He's very, very brutally honest, and he runs spaces like that. You guys aren't like. You all are ball knowers and savants. So
yeah.
what was your honest thought process of the rookies? Because they said this draft class was historically bad, and it is. But what was just your honest thoughts first time seeing some of these rookies?
Yeah, so Sar looks like Sar has the athleticism, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a few times like where I seen him grab some boards. It was just pure athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see why they drafted him. You know, like who he reminds me of, bro? Like in like just from the frame, young KG. Like 95, 96 kg. That's kind of what he looks like. I can see why they drafted him. But you can see that he's still raw and there's some skill stuff there but once the skill stuff comes together, he's gonna be a problem, man. But they just need to keep him like on a strict developmental path. That George kid, bro, he had the ultimate green light. Um Koulibaly,
Koulibaly
y'all
had
just
a
have some athletes on your team, man. But I mean, there's plenty of athletes all across the NBA. They got to know how to play basketball, and I think that's kind of where y'all are at right now. You know what I'm saying? But once y'all
San
figure
Fran
out,
Veneers.
yeah, once y'all figure out defense and how to rotate and all of that stuff, I think y'all will be fine. You know?
Erg, I'm gonna keep it a bug with you.
Yeah,
I think tonight was just more like the sense I get from the game early on is like a lot of those guys will want to play for Jordan Poole, and
yeah,
these games can be tricky because they can be emotional, and sometimes you
hmm
don't necessarily see, like Koulibaly's doing 19 on the year, bro. Tonight is
yeah.
probably his worst game of the season. So just by that metric, I wouldn't even grade them based off of tonight. I think Wizards figured something out. Detroit looks better than what they did last year, and Washington early on looks better than they did last year. Like Detroit is about to smack the Lakers right now. And the grading the young guys who were just drafted, keep in mind, majority of these guys are from Europe. There's a rivalry between Americans and Europeans. So people are going to say, oh, they're the worst. And granted, a lot of Americans feel slighted at times, and I kind of understand that. But then I understand the Europeans feel slighted as well too. So I don't really think the class is horrible. I just feel like a lot of these people probably are not necessarily known from playing AAU 12 years old and they were in your camp at 14 and you knew their parents. So it's different. And so because there's no camaraderie there, it's easy to say that that was the worst class. But if 5 years from now, all of these guys are playing well, or 10 to 15 of these guys are playing well, we won't say that that was the worst class. So in saying that, I think Washington has figured out something. And believe it or not, again, to me, I think the young group, I think they'll only get better as the year goes on.
Hold on, Bruce. I ain't gonna hold you,
I
but
appreciate that, and I know you guys want to talk about the Warriors. Listen, man,
He about to drop
appreciate you.
Beyonce. No
Yeah,
doubt, Sebastian.
yeah,
hold on
appreciate
one
you guys.
second,
Cool,
Sebastian.
brother.
Let me do this real quick. Hold on.
We're monitoring the situation.
You guys are good, man. It's always fun. Fuck the Lakers, and talk soon in 2040 when we're actually going to win 40 games. Go win a championship, get my guys.
No doubt, my G.
Appreciate it. Yo, Urkel is diabolical, man.
I shouldn't play it.
Bro, I'm trying to get it. I wish the
The
audio was
game
like
is
a
not
hundred.
finished yet,
I
man.
wish the
Just
audio
let
Oh,
was.
it's
them take
done.
the
It's
Nah, it's
L.
over.
done,
It's
bro. 20
over.
seconds. 20 seconds left.
It's over?
They down 12.
Oh
20
yeah, yeah,
seconds
yeah.
left.
It's over.
It's cooked, bro. I don't know
No,
what's up with the
what's the
audio
score
though.
for real?
115, 103. 10 seconds left.
115, 103.
10 seconds left.
Okay, just let the clock say 00, man.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
in. It's
The clock's saying 00 now, G.
Okay. Run the
run
tune.
tune, run tune,
Run the tune.
run
Run the tune.
tune.
Run the tune.
Are we speaking now?
Rest in peace,
Um,
Lakers.
if any Lakers fans would like to come up and speak and vent and just
Hey,
need a shoulder to
The
cry on,
this is what you
we're
call
here,
a
man.
double header tonight. You know what I'm saying? A Warriors win and a Lakers L. A double header.
the Lakers lost to a team that we beat by 18. They lost by 12.
Hold
Hey,
on. Like, remember how they were telling us, like, oh, we just beat a bunch of bad teams and all of that shit, and
Yeah,
then they
a
turned
bunch of
around
bad
and
teams.
lose
You
against a
couldn't
bad
beat the
team?
bad teams.
Come on, man. You got to beat the bad team, man. You got to beat the bad team. Come on, man.
It's so funny when they don't have their free throw differential. They kind of just sink. They're not anything. They have no identity or anything, bro.
Glorious. You got
It's
to
just
beat the
funny.
bad team, man.
Like if you're a good team, you beat the bad teams.
Yeah.
You don't let the bad teams beat you, and not by 12. That's for sure.
Oh man, this is not great. Not great for the Lakers at all. Not great for the Lakers at all. Brother NTD, where are you? I see you.
Hey, Eric,
What's going on, Lee?
we didn't start the spaces proper. We should have just started off laughing.
Oh my God. What are they doing, man?
hey,
Hey, yo,
hey,
Irk.
hey, yo, Irk.
Irky, Irk, Jerky, Irk.
NTD, what up, brother
What's going on,
NTD?
NTD?
What up with you, brother Irk?
What's
Look
going on,
here,
man? How you
man.
feeling?
I figured I'd come on stage tonight, right after the game, because I said I was gonna go to the game and I was gonna give you my true feeling about this roster. Yo, brother,
All right, let me hear
Shadow,
it.
I owe you an apology, my man. I owe you an apology, and I'm man enough to come on here and say you were right, man. This team is all right, bro. This team is all right. I don't know if it's a championship squad, but it can compete. It can compete. That's all I gotta say for now, Ryan.
All right.
No, no.
Appreciate that,
Say
man.
what you said on playback. Give your updated prediction. Go ahead, NTD.
All right. So, hey, Eric, I know you know that I said that previously. I said that we were gonna win no more than 46-48. I'm upgrading it to 51-53.
That's a jump. That's a jump.
That's a
That's a
jump.
jump.
Hey, I just want to ask anybody that's up
WNTD.
here. I see Donovan Mitchell got the Cavaliers going 8-0. LeBron ever did that in Cleveland without a superstar next to him?
Oh my goodness. I just gotta laugh at this, man. Bruce, I have to laugh at this because
This is crazy.
um n- based on all of the publications, right? Like the ESPN and the Sports Illustrated and the Bleacher Report and everybody that comes out with the top 100. I want people to tell me how many guys in the top 50 we have.
We only got one, bro, and the Lakers got two in the top 10.
They got two in the top 10 and they're losing to Detroit. And let me list off these quarters, these bad quarters for you. 33 in the first quarter, 34 in the second, 16 in the third, and then 32 in the fourth quarter. That's what they given up. And they had a +5 at the free throw line. That's what they're doing. So you have to take care of bad teams. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes you a good team. So now the Dubs tonight, they took care of a bad team. So in the first half, 20, 25, and then Steve Kerr just went ahead and was just playing whatever combinations he was dreaming up last night. So um that's what it came down to. But you know, they look like a good team, you know, and with good teams, you see how Steve Kerr plays around, right, Jim?
Whatever he was dreaming up, that's the lineups he plays. That's funny.
What's
I
going
have to
on,
watch
man?
Lindy
What's
Waterman's
going on,
man.
man?
How'd you feel
Fucking
about the
amazing
game?
win. Amazing win. This is the seventh game, right? They're 6-1 now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man! Like I wanted them to start 16-4, and shit. They have some huge games coming up, the next three. But obviously they needed to take care of this game. Wizards have been playing better in their recent games, and we saw tonight they're capable of apparently defending. They made it tough on the Warriors, and it got really clunky at times. But one thing that, and I would just want to shout out to Steve Kerr for that closing lineup. It was very, very, very unusual to put slow mo at the three and go with a very big lineup. That's the biggest lineup I've seen Steve Kerr close with in years. Right?
Mhm.
We haven't seen a lineup like that. Trace, Draymond, and slow mo. And I didn't love the Buddy. I have some question marks about Buddy after watching last game back, the Rockets game.
Yeah.
They when they broke down and lost that lead, Buddy was a huge reason why they lost that lead. Like he should have been benched much sooner by Steve. I don't know why he just. This is a little bit of a concern in the sense of like he thinks. Hold on, let me hold this. He thinks like Buddy is a closer now. I'm not. I don't think that he's a closer level defender. Maybe I don't know. I know Wiggins has struggled this game, but I don't know how long it's going to go on for this starting lineup thing where he's just kind of sitting starters to close games. Last time it was, last game it was Trace and Moody started and they never saw any action in the fourth. And tonight Wiggins, hopefully his back is okay. Hopefully it's not anything due to like he's hurt or anything like that.
Yeah.
But to not close with him I think that's questionable. Like he is. So you gotta allow your starters to play through some stuff, and not letting him close. Like I didn't love that. Hopefully that doesn't continue to be a trend. But I love the front court being big, and I think it did an amazing job of making sure that the Wizards never really got into rhythm in the closing minutes and never felt like they were threatening to come back. You know what I mean? So I love seeing that, and it was great to have Steph back, man. He was working on his ankle like throughout the game, so there's something still definitely there. So we just hope that he keeps working on it and make sure that it's done with soon enough.
Jim Park, I'm not gonna hold you. You gave some magnificent points, but if you factor in the preseason, the Warriors are 12-1. I could care less about who finished tonight. I could care less if Wiggins need a little bit more icy hot. I could care less if Steph got to get a pedicure this weekend. The Warriors are winning games. They figuring it out. They kicking people ass, and a lot of people changing their minds. A lot of people are deleting tweets. Give Steve Kerr his flowers. Give the bench their
Brother Bruce
flowers.
just said icy
Give the
hot.
new
NTG, what
give
up,
the
Brother,
new
NTG? How's it
brother
assistant
going?
Bruce,
coaches
brother Bruce, did
give
you just say
give
icy hot?
Yes, with the Shaquille O'Neal, Icy Hot, Tiger Bomb, Bengay, whatever your
Bruce,
family
Bruce, Bruce,
uses.
Bruce.
You know what I mean?
Calm down, Bruce. Bring it to a real team on Wednesday night, brother. The Celtics.
Keith,
My
Look at Keith.
Celtics.
He's
Get
talking
your
all
ass out
crazy.
of here, Keith.
Keith,
I ain't going nowhere.
Hey,
I ain't
Keith
going
talking
nowhere.
tough.
Keith,
Hey,
Hey,
Keith.
Keith,
Keith.
we got some.
What's
The
Go
good,
ahead,
last
Keith?
Dre.
time we
Keith.
played, the last time we played you when we were
Yes.
playing well. The last time we played you when we were playing well, because we weren't playing well last year, right? You know what
Yeah.
happened. You know what happened, right? It ended in a title. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah,
We'll
yeah.
see on
Hey,
Wednesday. You know what?
all
Hey, you
Bro,
know what?
we was
Hey,
trash last
it's
season. We was
November.
still beating y'all,
You,
man.
hey,
Shit.
but guess what?
no. Hey,
We
y'all
was
came to
trash
Boston
last
and we
season. We
won
was still
by
beating
50.
Forget
y'all.
I
last year.
think
I
we
don't even
did.
care about last year. I don't care about
Then
2023.
we went by 50 last
It's
time.
about
Y'all came to
22.
Boston.
This is a repeat of 22. What we're about to do is
You,
a repeat of 22. And so,
Dre, you seen what we did to the Hawks tonight, right? Without JB, beat them by 30
yeah, but we're not
on
the
the
Hawks.
road.
But we're not the Hawks.
And we not the Wizards. We not the Wizards.
Well, you got
Hey,
to
Keith,
find
hey,
out. You
Keith,
got to find out
hey,
because that's what
Keith,
people said about the
Yeah,
hey,
Nets
Keith.
in 22. That's what people
yeah.
said about the
Hey, yeah,
Spurs in
don't
Hu-
even
22.
talk about the Wizards.
Hey,
Let's
Keith,
just talk about our game
hey, Keith.
on Wednesday.
Humility,
Yeah, what's
humil,
up, Bruce?
humility will take you a long way. I mean,
I do have humility.
you.
Hey,
Nah, I ain't say you
Jay,
didn't.
hey, Jay,
I'm just saying something for the fans who coming in here. And if we just keep it honest, Keith, you in your 40s, the Celtics won a
yeah,
championship recently. Last year, and before that it was 2008, and
2008.
before that was
Yeah,
1987. So just be humble a bit. You know what I mean?
86,
Yeah,
86,
yeah, something
86,
like that.
86.
Just be humble a bit. You know what I mean? So Kendrick Lamar
I'm
dropping.
humble. Hey,
Hey, Kendrick Lamar is dropping an album, and every year Kendrick
Bruce,
Lamar
I just
drops an
want to
album.
see.
Keith, every year Kendrick Lamar
Yeah,
drops an album, the Warriors win the title, man. So I'm just
all right.
throwing it out
Hey,
there. All right,
all I want to see, Bruce, is the James going to work on Steve Kerr
we
because
don't care
I
about
hope
regular
when we
season.
score.
We don't care about
No,
regular season games.
I agree, but I want to see because you know what happened in the Olympics.
We
They
don't.
screwed the Jays over.
That is true,
They screwed the Jays
but
over.
it's not personal.
So,
It's not personal. It's
Yo, hold up,
it's
Keith.
first. It's
Hold up,
first.
Keith. Hold on. What has Jason Tatum shot from three since the first game?
Well, he went like 6 for 10 or something tonight. I got to go
Oh,
check
he
the
did?
stats. Yeah, let me go check
So he shot the
before I
ball well
say.
tonight. All right. So he's
Yeah,
warming
let me
up for
check.
us, huh?
He shot 6 for 14 from three-point line tonight.
Nice. He's warming up for us tonight. All right. I love it.
Yeah, it's on. It's on, Urkel,
Eric.
on Wednesday.
He's shooting 34% for the season, man.
Yeah, he had a hot night the
St-
first
statistically,
night of the season.
Oh man,
statistically, this is his worst year.
Keith, you know you're
Shit.
scared, man.
Scared? What am I scared
One
of?
name, one person, three names, man. Say it with
Oh,
me.
don't say
Say it with
it.
me, Keith. Say it
Say it
with me,
with you.
Keith. Say it with me.
I can't do it.
Say it with me, Keith. You know who his
Andrew,
daddy is,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah.
Andrew Christian Wiggins.
Christian Wiggins. No,
There you go.
Toronto
I'll
Raptors,
see you
man.
on Wednesday.
Hey, y'all doing all right? I can't wait. I'm hyped for this game, bro. I'm hyped.
I'm hyped too, man. Don't be surprised of a little
Hey,
belt to have,
Keith,
brother,
Keith, you said you
from the
hype?
Nah,
Warriors.
ain't gonna be no
Hold on,
belt. Nah,
Keith.
we too
Hey,
good for
hey,
that.
hey, man.
Keith, you
Keith,
said
I'm
you
gonna
hold up,
say
Shadow, hold up,
Steph got
Shadow.
his
Keith.
reps in.
Hold up,
He's
Keith, hold up,
Yeah,
healthy.
Shadow. Keith, you said you hype for this game, right?
yeah. I want to see.
I'm gonna do you a solid. If Steve Kerr is really cut from the Greg Popovich tree, don't be surprised he rests
Yeah.
everybody this game. Since you so hyped for this game, don't be surprised he rests all
Why?
his
Why would he
stars.
do that?
Why wouldn't he
He
do
should
that?
want to test his.
No.
Hold on.
What are you talking
He should
about?
want to test his
No.
team against the best.
No,
He
sir.
Hold
should want
on.
to see how his team.
Hold on. If Steve Kerr does that bullshit, bro, right?
Eric, you know he will.
And rest people, are you kidding
Eric,
me?
you know he will.
Nah, there's no fucking way he does that,
I
bro.
can guarantee.
He's not gonna do
Yeah,
that, bro.
I'm not saying he
Nah,
is.
bro.
I'm
No,
saying
no, no,
don't
no,
be
Nah,
no.
Steve want all
surprised
the
if he
smoke.
does
Fuck
Nah,
that.
that. Steve
nah,
want all
nah,
the
nah.
smoke.
Fuck
Hey
that.
yo,
Fuck
hey
that.
yo,
No.
Make a
hey
goddamn
Bruce,
statement, bro.
brother Bruce. You know how much I love and respect you, right, man?
Yeah, I
If
know
Steve
that.
Kerr does that shit, man,
Listen,
Nah, man.
if Steve does that shit, I swear to God,
I've
bro,
seen
I
great
Yeah,
swear to
yeah,
pop.
yeah.
God,
I've seen
Oh my
Pop.
God,
I've
man, that
seen
would be some
Popovich.
crazy shit, man.
I've seen
You know,
Popovich
two
do
games
I'm
ago,
shit.
sorry, bro.
somebody said that Draymond would be rested, and I was like, "Yo, we're in Game 5 of the season, and we're talking about rest. Let's get to Game 20
Yeah,
first.
Come on,
Let's
bro. Like, what are we
establish
doing here,
something
man?
really good, right? And then you
Jim,
can start talking about resting when they
like,
Yeah,
have
man.
really good, when they're really good in the standings and they're in the thick of the season. Not it's like
Jim,
you don't
Jim,
talk
you're
about
100
resting
percent right.
before
Jim,
10
Jim,
games have been
100%.
played.
Jim. I got a question for you, Jim. What you looking for in this next game? Like, what you want to see from the Warriors?
What do I? I'm not really even thinking about the Celtics. I'm still marinating the win from tonight. It was a great game, you know,
Okay.
against Jordan Poole,
What?
who
Yeah.
apparently is
What?
playing some defense now. Right, the guy had 3 blocks and 3 steals in this game.
Yeah,
What?
Poole is lead the
You know,
NBA in steals, so
shit.
Well,
respect that.
Bruce, what you looking for in the next game? I want to know what y'all looking for in this next
I'm gonna
game.
keep it a buck with you. Two things. One, there's a possibility if I know who Steve Kerr is, he might rest everybody. The realistic possibility is, I think the Celtics just gonna be shell shock again because the Warriors playing the best they have in the last 2 years. So
Have you
Warriors
watched
blowout.
how many Celtics games
Fuck
have you
that.
watched this
Let
year
me
so
give you. Let
far?
me tell you exactly what I'm expecting in the next game.
What is up with the unks and the mics tonight? Like, my God, bro. Like, what are you on, man?
Yeah. Don't talk so close to the phone. Like, bring it back a little bit.
Hey,
God
NTD was
damn.
at the game today. NTD was at the
Oh,
game.
yeah,
He
yeah, 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 yeah,
Hold on,
yeah.
hold on.
NTD, how was
I'm
the game?
expect. I'm expecting for Steph Curry to come out and blow Boston out the water, man.
Yeah.
Steph Curry
I
is
hope
is
Keith.
due one of those Steph
I
Curry
hope Keith
games, bro.
realized the defense.
Let's hope it happens
Y'all defense
in this
ain't
game.
been good this year, Keith. Y'all defense has been kind of middle of the pack this year.
It's middle, yeah, it's middle of the pack, but we was on point tonight.
Yeah, y'all was on point tonight, but it's a different story come
It was the
Wednesday.
Hey,
fucking
Drake.
Hawks,
Oh,
Keith. That's
not
why y'all
Drake.
were on point tonight.
I,
The fucking Hawks.
And they
He was
played
saying
I'm
last
just
Hawks
night, too.
shit
saying.
That's the
tonight.
funny thing.
Yeah, they played last night too, so I give them that. Now
Yeah.
I will say this: I don't know if we're gonna be fully healthy because I don't think JB's gonna play. I mean, he might play. He has a left hip flexor, so he might be out. I don't know. And you already know Porzingis out, but Porzingis, I mean, I put him on
Hey,
the back
with or
burner
without
anyway.
JB, man. With or without. In fact, JB playing might hurt you guys because he's been, missing.
Because he want to show Steve Kerr, hey, y'all should have put me on the Olympic
Hey,
team.
you seen how
He been
JB's been shooting?
circling.
You see how JB's been shooting this year?
He been all right. Well, from three, he been not
I
that good.
I
But
mean, he's shooting
overall, he's
20%.
been yeah.
20%.
From three, he's been terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's gonna play though because he was day to day. He could have played today, but they gave him another day of rest.
Hey, Keith, why did you lie about
Yeah.
Tatum shooting 6 of 10 from the three? He shot 6 of 14.
I said 6 for 14.
You said 6 of 14. Okay, I heard 6 of 10.
Yeah, he corrected himself
Nah,
after.
Okay.
I, I said let
That's
me
still
go look
pretty
at the
good, though.
stats.
It's still
Yeah,
pretty
six for
good, though.
fourteen. That's good.
Yeah, let me tell you
I
something.
think that's still 40%.
Bro, hold up.
Yeah,
Him and Anthony
yeah.
Edwards are getting the shots up this year, man. I love it,
Hey,
though. Keep on shooting
Urkel,
them.
and Tatum didn't even play the fourth quarter tonight.
I love it, man. Keep on getting the shots up, man. I love it.
So Urkel, what you looking for in this next game?
I am looking to see how, you know, the Celtics do this thing where um they get you chasing the ball. You know what I'm saying? They get
Yeah,
you, they drive, you overhelp, and the ball starts moving. You know what I'm saying? I want to see. That's going to be like a indicator for me. How do we defend when they create an advantage, and how well we can hold up at point of attack? If we hold up like I think we can beat
yeah.
y'all. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah,
Because
stay home on shooters.
yeah, so once that ball starts moving, once y'all start having that ball move, because the thing about y'all is that the entire league is trying to play like y'all. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
drive, collapse the defense, help, rotate, and the ball finds the open man. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all do a really good job of moving the ball, and the attack comes from multiple spots, right? It's not like it's James Harden out there dribble, 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 step back, and then you're in a crucial
Correct.
game and he gets tired. It's coming from multiple areas. So what I'm going to be looking for is to see how well we hold up point of attack. And I really, really want to test out to see how our guys are going to guard that. You know what I'm saying? Because the strength of our team is point of attack and rotating. That's why they're a good defense this year. So I really, really want to see how we hold up against the thing that Boston is going to do.
Why did
Boston,
Jalen
So
Brown miss tonight? Why did Jalen Brown not play tonight?
hip flexor. This is second missed game. Well, yeah, second missed game with a left hip flexor. But
Oh,
he could have played. He was
is
out there
he?
warming up and stuff. But they said
Oh, okay.
they just gonna give him another day off.
I
Okay,
need
So I
him
got a
okay.
to
Jim,
question. What team did y'all lose to? Because I didn't see that game. What team and
lose
what
to.
Clipper.
happened?
the
Oh, we
Clippers. We
Yeah,
lost
lost to the
to the
Clippers.
Clippers.
Jim,
Yeah.
what happened?
no, we
They
lost. Steph twisted his ankle. It
they
was a
let
lot of
James
Oh,
Harden
okay.
break down their
fiascos.
defense. That's pretty much what
Um,
happened. And then Steph twisted his ankle. Yeah.
Jim,
Steve's
Oh,
still
okay.
figuring out rotations. Go
Jim,
ahead,
make
Sean.
sure
Shadow,
you
go
go to
ahead.
the mall tomorrow. We're
Go to the
wearing
mall
all
tomorrow.
black for the funeral. We're
Oh, yeah.
wearing
All
all
right.
black for the Celtics funeral.
Yeah.
121-102. Warriors win.
Well, y'all holding us to 102 at
121
home.
102. Did I stutter? Warriors win.
We lead the league in scoring, bro.
121-102. Warriors win.
Woo!
No way.
It's heating up.
So you call a 20-point win on the road in Boston? Wow.
Mollywop.
Has Boston faced a good defense yet? I don't think they have.
Well, we face the Knicks, then
Keith, you talking
They
about
faced
number
they
one
faced the
scoring? The
Hornets.
Warriors. The Warriors
They
are top
faced
four in
the
the
yeah, the
Hornets
East,
in
Hornets.
bro.
Portland.
We played the Hornets twice. Knicks, Detroit, Washington, Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
We're shaking in
we
our
lost
boots.
to Indy. We lost to Indy on the road in overtime
Yeah,
by 3.
So y'all
exactly.
haven't placed you guys haven't faced a good defense yet. Oh,
Hey
okay.
Keith,
Opening night they played the Knicks, who was nervy.
Yeah, we played
Keith.
the Knicks. They were the top defense last year.
Hey yo,
Yeah, they're
Keith.
like a completely different team this year, though.
CJ, I know you're in the
Yeah.
Yeah,
keys.
Bridges got a new
Make
shot. We
Keith,
ain't
you
worried
know
about
and
that.
I know most of your outfits
Keith,
are
you know
all
what
white,
kryptonite is,
but
right?
find some black, CJ.
Don't
Oh,
Find
say
I
some
it.
got the
black
Don't
in
black
say
your
it, Bruce.
forces
uniform.
and everything, brother.
You know it. You know it, dog. You
Yeah,
know what
word.
I don't
kryptonite
know.
is.
I don't know
Find some
anything,
black
Bruce.
shorts, man.
Well, the
Hey,
Warriors know.
winning the championship, take the kryptonite away, brother.
That's not true, gang. Tom Brady won hella champ. Tom Brady won hella championships. He couldn't beat Eli Manning. The New York Giants had his kryptonite. So, yeah, let's try that again.
Hey, hey, our bench got better. Our offense even better than last year.
We're gonna whip your ass, Keith. Wear the black for
No
the
way.
funeral, man.
Keith, you
We're
sound
all
a
black
bit.
for your
I hear a
funeral, man.
little nervy in
Yeah.
your voice.
Hey,
No, I'm
Keith,
not
do
nervous.
you really,
I'm
Keith,
laughing.
Do
Keith,
you still
Yeah.
get
do you
He
really,
nightmares
sound a little
about
nervous.
do you still
Keith,
get
do you
Nah, I'm
really,
nightmares
just
about
laughing.
2022?
Keith, let me ask you a question, Keith.
No, I don't
Who do
get.
you
I don't
think,
have nightmares.
who do you think the Golden State Warriors fear the most when it comes to big competition games? LeBron James and the referees in his pocket, or the Celtics and the Shamrock League?
Option one.
Yeah, I hear you.
How many free throws did the Lakers shoot tonight? Were they like at 60 free throws?
I know they shot more than 20.
They
Hey,
won
did we
that
Okay,
talk
by
so
about
20,
hey,
I
Draymond
believe.
tonight, man?
this is
Have we
our
talked
first.
about Draymond yet?
Hold up. Jim, go ahead. Go ahead, Jim.
Have we talked about
Go ahead.
Draymond yet? And
No, no,
tonight
no,
so
no,
far?
no, no,
This is
no.
crazy, man. So he scored 14 against the Pelicans. He scored 14 against the Rockets, and he scored 18 tonight. His 3-point shooting coming in to this game was at almost 47%. After tonight, he shot 3 of 4, and he's at 50% now. This is insane. Like what he gives you defensively, and then if he's able to give you great shooting like this, you guys remember how like Al Horford wasn't really a 3-point shooter, and then he became a
Yeah.
threat from the 3-point, and then he just became a completely different type of piece, right? I feel like Draymond is kind of trending in that role. His shooting has been legit since last season. He had a really great like renaissance shooting season last season, right? People talk about like, oh, he only shot twice or whatever, but it matters. Is it a big deal in crunch time or in these key situations where the Warriors can't get anything going? He's wide open. He takes a three and it goes in. That's such a confidence boost for the team when you can get these points from all over the place, especially Draymond. You know,
Jim.
I much prefer him playing this kind of role than like, you know, traffic cop holding the ball from the top, being predictable with the passes all day. He's playing amazing this season, man.
Jim.
Hey, Irk, before you cook, did you know LeBron played 40 minutes tonight?
Yeah, he was a negative 16. It was the worst on the team. Oh, trust me, I know.
Of course he knows.
Now back to that Draymond thing. You see this 18 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He can get so 8.5 assists is what he typically gave you. You know, 8 points, 7 points, 8 rebounds, 5, 6 assists, whatever, right? You see when that man used to give you 18 points, 9 rebounds, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 assists, the Warriors don't lose, bro. Because the way that you guard Draymond is, quite frankly, leaving him open. You see when he's a playmaker and he's scoring, they don't lose. It's
Yeah,
impossible to beat them.
that's
Yeah, you
2016
know their
vibes,
record is
Eric.
like 57-7, something preposterous when he hits 3 threes in a game, right? He hit
Yeah,
3 tonight as
correct,
well. So
correct, Jim.
So I want somebody to look up their record, like run a query on Basketball Reference, and and look at the win-loss record or the win percentage when Draymond scores more than 13 points. They don't lose, bro, because he's such a Swiss Army knife, right? Where he's setting up guys and all of this stuff. And the way that teams began to guard him is that they just,
54-7, or is it 55-7 because of the night?
I'm not sure. But that's a
Yeah,
preposterous record, just like Jim was saying. That's crazy.
yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I noticed in 16 is like anytime he would give you like 13 points, 14 points, whatever, right? And that year they lost like what? They lost like what, 9 games or some shit like that. So I mean, he's a hell of a player, bro. When he's scoring the ball, he's a absolute demon.
this is the most
So
confident I've seen Draymond being offensively since 2016, bro. Like that's not
Jim,
just a
Yeah, it's a
3-point
fact.
shooting. Like he's
It's a
just
fact.
generally aggressive.
what is your theory behind that, Jim?
He ain't
I
eat too
just
much
think
ice cream over the summer.
Urkel, like I just think Terry Stotts, he brings a certain style of play, and it enables and it empowers players to do what they believe that they're good at.
Yep.
And so I feel like the team is collectively just playing with a lot of confidence from an offensive
Yep.
standpoint.
I
And this
Hey,
is
agree.
something that
Jim Park.
I was
Yep.
anticipating coming into this season.
What?
And again, Draymond, his shot was already fixed up last season. It's
Mhm.
just now he's even more confident, and
Hey,
I really love seeing
hey,
this version of him.
Jim, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
With everything that you just said, which is profound, is there also even a possibility of knowing that, yo, I self-sabotage my team, I have to get back to that place to where I'm more productive and I'm not afraid to look at the rim because he
I
kind
don't
of,
think it's that deep.
you
Let me
don't think
be
it's that
honest with
deep?
you. Nah. Because I've been tracking this shit for years.
No doubt.
Let me tell you when. So February of 2016. We're going back that far, right? February 2016. When
That was
Steve
a
Kerr
great
came
month.
back,
That was a great month.
an amazing month. Steph averaged damn near 40 in that month. Like some of the most preposterous shooting you've ever seen. But that also coincided with a certain event. And that event that it
Not a
coincided with
robot.
was with
I'm not a robot.
Draymond coming back. You know what I'm saying? So with Draymond coming back, or sorry, with Steve Kerr coming back, Steve Kerr back then he used to have like this philosophy of like make sure you get the best quality shot down the court every time. You know what I'm saying? So what that means is that get the ball to Steph, get the ball to Clay, right? So, you know, Steve Kerr drove that home, drilled that home, drove that home, drilled that home, right? And I think that thing that he used to say about make sure you get a quality shot every time
Yes.
is a right? So
Great point.
so when so when he was saying that, I think it
Conditioned his bigs to
yeah,
stop
yeah,
looking at the
yeah.
rim.
Yeah, so it made guys stop looking at the rim, right? And whether people agree or disagree or whatever, that's what happened, right?
Yeah.
Because then we would see guys not look at the rim, and then we would say, "Oh, this guy's trash. This dude is trash." Blah blah blah. He's no, that like Steve Kerr would condition and tell guys like, "Hey, make sure you get the best quality shot." Right. And the best quality shot then just kind of evolved into Steph, Clay, and KD shooting the ball all the damn time. You know what I'm saying? And something else was happening across the league. Other teams were getting these 3-and-D guys, and everybody was shooting the ball. Right? There was a Laker game in December of 2018. Right? Or it may have been 2017. One of them years, but we played the Lake. No, sorry, it was 2018 because we played the Lakers, right? And I remember Luke Walton was just not guarding Draymond, right? And we were down big, you know what I'm saying? Because he was just not guarding Draymond. It fucked up the whole offense. KD was over there looking annoyed and all of this shit, right? And I was calling Steve Kerr an idiot in like 10 different languages. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, why are you giving him the ball and all of that? Next thing you know, Draymond, his counter to that was a dribble handoff. So he's not looking at the rim, he's just doing a dribble handoff. So fast forward to this season. He's like, I want to get a bunch of threes up. I want everybody to shoot. So you see the philosophy change from 16, 17, 18, 19. In 2024, he's telling everybody, shoot the ball. If you're open, shoot. You see the difference there?
Yeah, man,
See the
absolutely.
paradigm shift. So, Jim, we used to talk about this all the time. Me and you used to talk about this all the time about how Steve used to condition these guys like,
Mic
make
check.
sure you get the best
There
shot.
it is.
Now it's a situation where it's no, don't get the best shot. Make sure you shoot when you're open,
But
right?
Irk,
And
but Irk, it's not even just Draymond. Look at Looney.
that's so thank you for that because that's the perfect thing that I'm talking about. How many times have you seen teams just leave Kevon Looney open in the mid range and he's attempting that shot? If you don't take the fucking shot, guess what? You're not going to make the shot, right? If you don't take the risk, you're not going to get rewarded. Like that's pretty much what it is. So Steve Kerr was playing risk adverse basketball in other words, right? And when you are not guarding a guy and the guy shoots and he makes it, it's backbreaking for your defense, right? So I think he was playing risk adverse basketball. He was like, make sure you get the guys who shoot the highest percentage the ball, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, Steph is running around, Clay is running around, and he's running laps and all of this shit. And now it doesn't make a difference. Guys are making shots as well, right? So that's the part that we're getting into, man. It's like let's um let's lean into that, right? Like let's lean into if you're open, shoot it because I think these guys are talented enough where they can shoot the ball.
But
I
You
think
know?
what's
Draymond always had the talent to shoot. It's just that Steve iced him out mentally, and he'd been toiling, in that mindset for years. So
Yeah.
maybe it's partly his fault too. But when you have a coach who's disabling you, especially for a player like Draymond who does so much for them defensively, for me personally, as of like a personal philosophy of mine, is
Yeah.
if you have a defender, right, and he's just doing everything for you, and he's just such a positive for you in that regard, you have to reward that player with some offensive possessions as well. You just can't ignore him completely and ice him out of the offense or something like that. That's not good.
Yeah.
So now it's just like even Trace, you know he never put the ball on the floor, and it was really annoying because he's capable of putting the ball on the floor, and good things can happen when you can move to different directions by dribbling the ball. And we've even seen a little bit more of that from him as well. So just more freedom this season.
Yeah, it's I want these guys to play free because when I look at other teams, they're playing free, right? So the key for this season, obviously, it's finding that defensive balance with the offensive balance, right?
Yeah,
And
JK as well, man. Like
Yeah.
JK, they're giving him these ISO possessions, allowing him to go to work. It's not just move without the ball all day and night. Sometimes when a guy is talented, a talented ISO scorer, you got to give him that opportunity. So, and he's been getting that. You know.
Yeah, so my thing is like, yo, if you get a shot and you're open, just shoot it, man, because you know, this this sounds rudimentary, but some guys just got to shoot the ball. It's really that simple. Just shoot. You know what
Do
I'm
you
saying? Just
do you guys
shoot.
give Steve the credit for, like, I know, in the past maybe he stripped them of their confidence, but I feel like Steve and maybe some of the assistants deserve some credit for, like, because I think Steve even said it earlier in the summer. He's like, yeah, we want everyone to shoot. If you're open, shoot it. Like,
Yeah.
and obviously in the past you can make mistakes, but like as long as you can take steps in the future to correct those mistakes, like maybe not everything's fixed, but you can fix some things. And like I think Draymond's confidence is kind of back. You know?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. There was an element of confidence. I used to see his mom on the TL when she was on the TL, and she would allude to that. You know what I'm saying? She would say like, you know, she would hint at it almost until, you know, Twitter kind of ran her off, but she would say some of that stuff, like, and also I do think there was some hip stuff going on. John, relax. There was some hip stuff going on where I think he was hurt. If you got hip stuff going on, your mechanics are going to be messed up, right? So some of that was going on, which is fine. But when I look at how they're playing, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought they would have been a decent offense. They scored, geez, 125 points tonight.
And then
Steph.
it only made like 13 threes. And you know what's amazing too, Irk? Like
Yeah.
the bigs have been really good this season. There's things that they could obviously clean up and be better at,
Hmm.
but in terms of them being a plus on the floor and not necessarily just mucking up the game with the things that they do, this is
Hmm.
allowing Draymond to roam in space and be fresh. Draymond played less than 30 minutes tonight.
Lee, who the hell are we? Are we the Los Angeles Lakers? We have 34 free throws tonight. I don't like it. I don't like it because the Laker fans are gonna come into playback in the morning and talk about 34 free throws.
Hey, it ain't fun when a rabbit got the gun, huh?
Ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun, ain't it?
How about Kyle Anderson also, man? Closing minutes. He's
Oh
guy
Yeah.
my God.
reliable
He's a god.
ball handler, initiator,
He's a godsend.
defender. This guy can do a lot on that. He's not great at anything in particular, but he's just all around solid enough that you can put him at center, power forward, or apparently small forward,
Yes.
which they did tonight.
Bro, he was
So
guarding
that,
Jordan Poole at the top of the key and then switched on to Jonas Valanciunas and down under the hoop. And
yeah,
he was holding his own, bro. That was crazy.
Jim, the last game, I was when Draymond went out and I saw that Kyle was going to replace Draymond. Steph wasn't on the court, Draymond wasn't on the court, Klay Thompson wasn't on the court, and I was so confident in overtime. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that Steph, Draymond, Klay Thompson wasn't on the court? You know what I'm saying? And I was just looking at it. I was like, I see Kyle Anderson, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, and you seeing how many close games and overtime games and all of that we've lost over the last couple of years. And I just had this weird confidence in the team. I don't know if I'm delusional or whatever, but they went into overtime and they locked up and they made buckets and Kyle made some key plays in that overtime, right? On both ends. So I've
he's
been
just
high on Kyle Anderson since like for years. You know what I'm saying? For years, I was like,
Shout out to Mike Dunleavy, man.
yeah,
I'm
Shout
sure
out to
Dre has
yeah,
Mike.
something
man,
to
for
say. I mean, that's
years.
Dre's guy, man.
For years, I was saying like, yo, that Kyle Anderson, like, it would be a perfect warrior. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now he's on the team, and and he's like Draymond insurance damn near. You know what I'm saying? Tonight he played like what 16 minutes, and you know Steve Kerr's playing the funkiest lineups, but shit, like I mean, who cares, bro? We got solid guys, bro. Buddy Hield tonight, Jim. 20 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, 28 minutes. He's
5 rebounds.
averaging like 20 something points this year. This is wild.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, he's been amazing. I just have some concerns about his defense. If he's the reason the Warriors' defense starts breaking down, especially with the second units, they have to be a little bit quicker about taking him out. Like Steve, I don't want to see another version of. Obviously, offensively, he's way better than Dario Saric, but I don't want to see a situation where he's being chosen over other guys that can play better defense, especially in crunch time, closing time situations. I understand tonight. I guess Steve felt like, oh well, we're starting 3 bigs, so we need like as much shooting as possible with the remaining 2. Steph and somebody, right?
Yeah.
I understand that, but if they're playing great defense and getting out in transition, they don't need to worry so much about this half-court offense kind of stuff. They're going to be able to just shut teams down. And so that's the only
Jimmy,
thing. That's the only concern I have about Buddy. But otherwise, he's been incredible.
Defensively, I think that
he
he's held up
survived
for the
this.
most part. Would you say?
He's got some limitations as far as I can see. Like
Yeah.
if there's a bigger guy, like
I'm
forget
gonna
it.
deal.
Like Ahmed Thompson, Tari Eason, something like this. These guys are just destroying him, right? We can't have that. So that's a fact. They have too many guards that are capable of playing two-way to be to give him too many minutes if he's struggling. If he's struggling from a defensive standpoint. I'm in the midst of doing some film work on that situation, why the Warriors ended up giving up such a huge lead, and I was shocked by how much of it had to do with Buddy. So this is a factor. These are long-term things that I'm talking about.
Absolutely. Yeah, so long term, sure. But isn't Steve Kerr in heaven now? Like he has like all these guys he can play. He can play these funky ass lineups. Like I like it, but I don't like it. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say one thing, and it's the small lineups where either Wiggins or Kuminga is at the 4. He's obsessed with trying that lineup, and as far as I can see, that lineup has pretty much lost like key situations in a chunk of games so far. They lost it against the Pelicans in the second game in the second quarter. Steve Kerr actually acknowledged that post game. They lost it to the Clippers. They lost it to. It wasn't great tonight, which is why Steve elected to go to a bigger lineup. And there was another game. I can't think of it right now, but these lineups are not. Oh, the Rockets, of course. These lineups, these small lineups, there's no reason to go that small because these guys at the power forward spots are not strong enough. And if I don't think it's bringing them any advantage, even in the third quarter, was it third quarter or second quarter? They ran that smallish lineup again, and Steph basically had to save it because it was down like 11-6 to end the quarter. Tonight's game I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's not creating like a tangible advantage. The reason Steve is so obsessed with trying to find that death lineup, listen, it was called death lineup for a reason. When those 5 guys, the small, quote unquote small lineup, got on the floor, they were destroying teams. It was like a secret weapon kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's
No,
like,
but
well,
remember that lineup, Jim, it worked because, we had a big 4 back then. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Harrison
So,
Barnes, 6'8", 230 pounds. Like, the guy got some size to him, and he can hold. Like, Draymond needs help, especially as he gets older. Like, he's just less reliable at the center spot at 6'6". When he has these guys, around him that are not reliable enough from a size standpoint, from a wingspan standpoint, from a rebounding standpoint, it breaks their defense down, and then they get worse on offense as well. And so, I think he has enough pieces where he can mess around and try different versions of a quote unquote small lineup. But the Wiggins or Kuminga at the 4 thing, that's got to stop. I see no tangible advantage there. They get down every time. That's why tonight they couldn't even, close the way they've been trying to. and tonight it worked really well. Just keep your power forward and small center spot big, and then mess with the the next three, the small forward, shooting guard, and point guard. If they do that, I think they'll be fine.
Hey Jim, what do you think of like Steph, Wiggins at the 2, JK at the 3, and then Draymond and Kyle at the 4 and 5 respectively for like ultimate switch everything versatility on defense?
I mean, they could try it. I like that. I like that Draymond, and like I said, as long as Draymond has a big next to him, like a legit power forward guy next to him, it can work.
Yeah, against these like wing heavy teams, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Celtics and the Thunders of the world.
And JK's like he's looked better defensively this season. From a perimeter defense standpoint, and that's a really good sign. I still think that like there's some things that he needs to continue to get better at and try to continue to clean up. But I love him at the 3 a lot more than I do him at the 4.
Yeah, I'm not arguing with you on that one.
Yeah, Dre, you got any thoughts about Kyle Anderson and how he was closing the game at the 3 and what that looked like for this team?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so I noticed that he was a little extra aggressive because when you play next to multiple bigs, like, obviously you can't just play like your normal passive self. So you notice like the last couple of games, he's actually put the ball on the floor, try to attack closeouts, make plays, drive and kick, get to that floater that he hits around that 8-foot range. So yeah, he's been just more aggressive, man, and his defense has been I mean, they were hitting shots over him, but like it was great defense. It's just the shot making by the Wizards tonight. Sometimes it's tough, but he did really well. I thought he held his own. Not every matchup I'd play him at the 3, but I think tonight he was particularly suitable because his length, and he was not afraid to shoot the ball. Like he was really dribbling, putting the ball on the floor. He wasn't like holding the ball and just watching at the top of the key. Like he was doing something with it, .5 basketball. So he made quick decisions. Now, let me ask you this, actually. I want to ask you about JK's defense. I feel like JK's defense the last 3 games has been like really good, like noticeably good. Do you think,
I just think,
even off the ball, I think it's been solid. What do you think about
well,
that, Jim? You think it's improved at all? Or?
first of all, Kyle Anderson, he even had a poster dunk in this game. So
He did.
he's
Yeah.
really, and I'm curious, like CJ just brought up a possible closing ish lineup or something like that. I'm wondering what it might look like with Steph.
I'd close him at the 4. I wouldn't close him at
I'm
the
curious.
3,
Well,
but I would close him.
the idea that I
Yeah.
had was, and this is, it's a huge team essentially. It would be Steph, Wiggins, Slow-Mo, Draymond, and Trace. I think defensively that would be
If you want to get
super
a
duper
stop, I would.
imposing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The spacing is kind of crazy.
I don't
It,
the space. I'm not worried about spacing. I'm worried about stops. I'm worried about getting out to transition. I'm worried about Steph opening things up for everybody else. And then you got a bunch of
that
decision
works.
makers and guys that are not scared to, do whatever they need to do. And I think that's more
If
than
you're
good
looking
enough.
at the regular season, you may be able to get away with that lineup, but playoff time, there's no way you can. It's the playoffs is in the half court. It's less possessions, less like slower pace. You're not going to be able to just run up and down. Like maybe if you want to do offense
I think you
defense
can. I think
subs,
you
that could
can. I
work.
think you forget like the Celtics game 6 against the
We
Celtics. They
benched.
ran them out of the gym at transition
No,
basketball.
no. Yeah, but that was a historic run. And also, you remember in Game 4 that they benched Draymond for the exact reason I'm stating, which is why they put Jordan Poole in for offense and put Draymond in for defense, which is what I think they should do. They cannot go 10 straight possessions with like that lineup and expect to score on offense like efficiently. It's just not
Yeah,
going to
but
work.
going back to JK,
I think. Yeah.
he, there are certain things that he does that sometimes puzzles me. I just feel like he could do a little bit more, and because Stackhouse is paying attention to everything, I mean, there's one play I remember Like he ran, it was a transition play. They lost the ball, and he hustled down, to try to track the ball, and it was a good fight. But he ended up losing, possession of the ball because a Wizards player got to it first, and then he's right at the basket, and then he like gave up on the play and gave up a layup. These are the things that sometimes I just get really confused. Like, you're such an athlete, you went all the way there to track the ball, and you just kind of stopped playing. Like, finish the play, do everything in your power to get a stop as much
Yeah,
as
like a
possible. I'd
chase
like
down
to see
block or
that be,
something, right?
yeah, I'd like to see just more consistency in that regard from him. I'd like to see more force from him. And by the way, I would like to see more force from Trace as well, because tonight there were times where I just thought, he's playing no more than 22 to, like 15 to 22 minutes, depending on any given game. So it's like, you're not even getting starters minutes. You should be completely energized on both ends every single time down the floor, possession by possession. Tonight, I saw him getting outrun by Sar or whatever, some rookie. It's just outrunning him out in transition, and that's the kind of stuff that's like unacceptable to me. So I just these young players,
I
man,
agree.
they gotta hustle their
Yeah.
asses off. The vets should not be out hustling them. They should have the most energy. So so those are the things where I think Kaminga, there's just certain plays where I feel like he's breaking something with like a weird play. But otherwise, like I said, his defense looks much better from the perimeter than inside the paint. And what it's looked like over the years, I think generally speaking, he looks more connected. So that's important.
Yeah, I thought our transition defense as a whole was just bad tonight. Like, I thought we didn't get back as a team for the most part, but yeah, there was a couple plays where he could have had like showed more effort in trying to make a play, whether it's like a chase down or something of the sort. But yeah, no, I agree. I think you know what, honestly, and this goes for everyone on the roster. I thought the body language, like, and I saw this in the Houston game. It's almost like they felt like, like we're just a better team, and we just want to get through the game. Like, it just looked like they wanted to get through the game tonight, and they weren't taking each possession as seriously as the last. So, but this is why I think like Boston is like they're trying to get to the Boston game. Like, it's very clear to me they're just trying to press fast forward and get to that Celtics game. So we're here now. You're gonna see that Boston game. I think the attention to detail will look a lot closer to like the first few games of the season. You know.
Yeah. Well, those were amazing. I mean, 6-1. You really, if you're a Warriors fan, how can you ask for anything better than this? A lot of people, didn't believe or have faith in this team. Even after the first 3 games or so, people are still questioning and doubting and like, I don't believe in that. Oh, we haven't run into any good teams. Well,
They still
they're
questioning
definitely
and
about to
doubting.
run
Yep.
into them.
They
So
still questioning and doubting.
yeah, so it's silly at this point. You have to see how and why they've been playing better. It's not just a coincidence, and it's not just because, oh, that's not a good team, that's why they're winning by 20, 30 points. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Jim, it
So
makes no sense to me. The reason why there's a correlation between and net rating and winning is that the the larger margin you beat a team is the better team that you are, is the more dominant team that you are. You are doing, things better than them X amount of points. You know what I'm saying? So when you do that to a bad team, they're a bad team, but they can still punch you in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not that bad to where they're not NBA professional players. You know what I'm saying? They're just bad in the margins. Like, I think people oftentimes miss that, right? So, you know, uh
Hey, Irk, I saw a team with 2 top 75 players of all time. One of them in their prime. One of them was the Olympic MVP who outplayed Steph in his historical 2 performances to close out those Olympic games. Lose to a bad team tonight.
yeah, the Lakers and see the problem with them, they're such a, you know, they have bad people over there telling them what the team needs and from what the team doesn't
Just play
need.
harder. Just play harder.
Just play harder. Yeah, yeah. That shit. No, no, no. They need fucking people that can guard the ball. You know what I'm saying? They literally need people who can guard the ball. The difference between us and them, we have people that can guard the ball, and The fact that they have like two offensive engines over there and we have one, and we're running a higher offense than they are, it makes you wonder about, how basketball is being played right now. Because, that makes no sense because we don't have talent like that and we know it. We all know it. But yet we're running a higher offense than them and we have a better defense. What is up with that? Something might be up with that.
It's just because Steph got too much help, Irk. That's what it is.
Yeah,
He
right.
magically got lucky and blessed with a team this year. Oh my God, what such luck!
Man. But you know, um, I just know what a winner looks like. I know what this team needs, and if they have multiple guys that can defend and they can play make or they can shoot, that's pretty much what this team needs and has always needed. If we get a game changer, good luck, good night, because you ain't beating them. If you have Steph and another game changer, everybody else will be crying. And that's what we've seen for over the last 10 years, right? It's Steph and dudes who can do shit. And, when you add somebody else or a few other guys that can do some stuff, or if you add a game changer, it's lights out. So people better be happy that we didn't get that game changer this summer, right? Because that's probably the only chance y'all are gonna have. Seriously. Because if you give Steph another game changer, it's lights out. So keep praying. But where we're seeing this go, I'm gonna be honest with you, Jim, Dre, Bruce, Lee, CJ. Um, I think this team is better than what we saw when we won the title.
I agree.
Top
Easily,
to bottom.
easily,
I think this team
easily.
is better.
I agree.
And I swear to God, I'm not being hyperbolic, but kind of when I look at the pieces, I think we have more all around players on this team. How do y'all feel about that?
1,000.
Yep, more all around.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
You know, it's funny. Back in 2022, there was those in the fan base who were critical. I understand their perspective now, about the eighth, ninth, and 10th man on the team. We don't have that problem anymore. We are absolutely deep. Pause. Super deep,
Yeah.
like blessed with death. Guys who know how to sacrifice for themselves, know how to pass the ball, can play defense. Everybody on this team is committed. They all like each other. The chemistry is impeccable. Like this, to me, like I told you guys in the playback, the chemistry I witnessed in the practice game was better than 2022 by tenfold. And you're seeing it right now. Like, this is better than what I expected them to come out in the preseason. They're running away with these games. In 2022, at the beginning of the season, a lot of those games came down to the wire. They are running away
You're
with
right.
these games. There is a clear delineation between this team and the team that won a championship a few years ago.
Hmm. I
When
agree
I've
with
watched
that.
Steph Curry, and I have to go in a second, Jake. But when I
That's
watch
fine.
Steph Curry and I observe him on the sidelines, he has that look. And what's that look that I'm talking about? He has that look like this team can win a title. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't think, oh my God, they don't have a second guy or they don't have a third guy that they can't win the title. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't have that look. 6-1, he expects to win the title. His expectation is title. So maybe we should start thinking title because we're 6-1 right now and they're a plus 17, right? So, I'm looking at Boston, they're a plus what, 14? Cleveland is a plus 13. OKC is a plus 17 and we're a plus 17. So if we're just going by the first 8, 7 games or whatever, we're one of the best teams in the league. And if we're one of the best teams in the league, and we bring out Steph Curry and we bring out, like our guys, especially Steph and Draymond, right, in a playoff series. A lot of the things that I saw happen in the playoffs last year, like, I was watching Minnesota especially, and I was keyed in on Minnesota because they were running some interesting stuff, but they can't fucking execute in a playoff series like we can. There's no way. There's no way they can out execute us in the playoffs. They're still wet behind the damn ears, right? So, Just get us in a playoff series. And I promise you, we can march down a lot of these teams. Just walk them down.
The best teams in the league right now are all the young teams. Like all
Yeah.
the teams that have what we have, that intellectual property in the finals and in the playoffs, that
Yeah.
experience, we have that in
Hmm.
spades. And now we have the young dudes, right, who are now ascending. The guys we drafted 4 years of Kaminga and Moody, etc. Those
Hmm.
now coming into their particular zone, and they're approaching their beginning of their particular prime, right? These guys can keep up with the pace of today's game. They could keep up with the hustle. They'll make sure that we won't be out rebounded by teams or out effort by teams anymore because we looked old and slow. That's been covered, right? So once we get
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
playoffs, and then when we get in those moments
Hmm.
where you actually see the experience coming through the margins, that's where we're gonna kill teams, bro. I
Yep.
like we just needed some folks to like some horses to hold down the regular season. We got that, man. This team looks
Yeah.
so good. I've been
I will
watching
say
these
this
games
though.
with no stress. I haven't felt this least amount of stress since 2018, bro.
I do agree with that. I was thinking about this though, just a couple minutes ago, and I was thinking to myself, depending on where this team is, in like January or February, that's kind of where we want to be playing our best basketball. Obviously, you got to take it one game at a time. You can't, look that far ahead. But I will say this though, if Jonas Valanciunas is available at the trade deadline, I would love for the Warriors to make a run at him because honestly, he's the kind of big that we need because he would fit the Warriors system perfectly, and it would allow Draymond. It would give Draymond a little bit of a break to not have to play, you know, like the small ball five, because like he can still play it effectively, but he can't. He doesn't play it as well as he did when he was younger, and that's what happens, when you get older. But how do you guys feel though if Jonas Valanciunas was on the Warriors if we
That's not a
didn't go for
championship
him?
caliber player.
I don't think he
And
could run with
I'm
us.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna
so
say, I'm just gonna say, Steph Curry apparently sounds like is not gonna be on a minutes restriction for the Celtics game, so that's great news. And there's another fantastic win. This season is going beautifully, so I'm looking forward to that game. On that note, I
yeah,
gotta head out. So have a good night, guys.
All right, Jim. Have a good
Good
night.
night, Jim.
Hey, have a good night, Jim.
good night, Jim.
Yo,
Yeah. So
oh sorry, go
Gee,
ahead.
go ahead, CJ. Go ahead. Go ahead. I've been talking for a while. Go
Oh
ahead.
no, I was just gonna ask you guys if you already talked about like JK's like playmaking growth.
Dude,
Like when he runs the floor.
you see
Oh
some of
yeah.
those passes he made tonight? Those one pass
so
You
he
see
made
about it,
how he
yeah.
had
CJ.
the
Let's talk
patience to
about
wait
it.
for Steph to come
Let's
around
talk
the screen and
about
get the
it.
Yes.
wide open three?
Yeah. But the thing is, CJ, he was doing that last year, but it didn't look as
Yeah.
smooth as it does this year. He knows, like, it's not even a second guess in terms of the decision he's going to do. He's already thinking two steps ahead because he has the experience in this
That's it.
offense. Because last year,
Yep.
Right.
I saw him make that pass, but you could kind of see him thinking as he makes the pass. He's not
And
doing it.
sometimes it'll be like late or it'll be like,
Yes. Yes.
whereas like now he's like or he'd do it a little early. Like
Yeah.
whereas now he's like under control, and he's like seeing it before it happens.
Yeah.
Like I saw him coordinate like in the Houston game, or it might have been the Pelicans game. He like ran a split action, like he set it up. He told Buddy and the other guy, I forgot who the other person was. He told them where to go, and like he set it up, and it turned into a hockey assist because I think Draymond
So
got the assist. It's just like I'm
that's a
seeing
great
that growth. It
observation.
reminds me of obviously not the same, but I just wanted to say it kind of reminds me of when we had Iguodala.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great observation because if he's that type of player that he can make I call them the instantaneous reads,
He's
and
fucking
he
over
can
then, Urkel. He's fucking over then if he's not there.
absolutely, you know what I'm saying? Because like I think the better players in the league are the ones who they can turn playmaking or they can leverage their playmaking and then go and get their bucket, right? Like if you can find that balance, you are a hell of a player, right? And then you get some you get the patterns on defense and all of that stuff. I think if you're doing that stuff, it's lights out. You're there,
Hey,
Hmm.
Irk, you
right?
remember I was saying like a few weeks ago Kawhi Kaminga just needs to do those small things to get that check. He's doing that now. Once the scoring
Mhm.
starts catching on, like when he gets to
Yeah.
he's 200. He's worth 200 million. I see it. He's worth.
So I hope the organization, right? Like I hope, you know, sure, he can score with the best of them, right? But guys get bad habits when they just look to get buckets. You see if you can manipulate a defense with your playmaking and you become, where you're unpredictable in that sense and you got somebody scalable like Steph Curry on your team and you are passing the ball to a spot knowing that he's going to be there and the defense is two steps behind, you are going to terrorize the defense and then you can make those high level decisions. It's lights out, right? So I want to see him grow in that area because if he does, it's over. It's literally
Hmm.
over. But
Yeah.
I also think that playmaking is innate. It's either you have it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like some people just have that ability just to process